my angels and devils and all who may wander here, it is Amanda Christina and we are going to make some moons. Moon June, and I lost my little ghosties. Turn them into ghost moons. Now I cannot find my iridescence medium, so we are using pearlizer medium right now, and I will be honest, I am determined to spill things today, it seems. I do not feel like this is as good as the iridescence medium. It just gives a different coverage is all. So basically all I'm doing, if you want to take a paintbrush you can, I am just wiping it along. If you have shimmer cardstock in white, this would work for that too. You could just do that and skip this step. But basically I am just taking the pearlizing medium, rubbing it along and doing this. And then what I might do is grab my heat gun. All I've done to get my moons is you can die cut them as I did with the whatsy one. This is a Fiskars punch. All I'm doing is punch, and I didn't do a very good job of that because it's got a flat base, but that's okay because we don't need to use that. What was I just looking for? Heat gun. This is what I was looking for. Okay. So I'm just going to dry these off and give them another coat, I think, just to see how that goes and works. They dry pretty quickly, to be honest. My heat gun's on its way out, unfortunately. It's starting to go a bit wonky in places. Okay, so maybe it's to do with how many times you run it across, but basically we're just going to do this. This is a really simple thing. Now if you have a gunmetal grey or just a dark grey paint that you want to water down for this next step, once I've gotten through this, you can. I am using Inca Gold in Ice Blue. And ignore the name because it really doesn't look like Ice Blue to me. So basically we just want a sort of shimmery moon is what you're looking for. Yeah, definitely with this one, less is more. Like you don't want to run your finger across it too much, or you get a lot of little bits where it sort of sticks to itself. But this is the idea, is that you get a nice shimmery little moon, like circle. But these are going to be our moons, so that is enough for now. I'm just going to do those 5. I'm just going to grab a tissue and wipe off my finger and then dry these, and then we'll move on to the next step. This is a really simple one. Ghost moons are like, well, these are going to be for ghost moons. I actually really enjoy making these ghost moons. You will have seen my triple thick ghost embellishment tutorial before this one, so I think that is the 13th. This will be the 14th, and I don't know what one will be the 15th, but I am just trying to catch up on my tutorials a bit, and at the moment I am in a lot of pain. So that is those. Then what we're going to do is I pulled out a paintbrush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this ice blue. Now I do this one at a time. I find it easier to do it one at a time. So we're just going to open this up. Now you will notice that I have liquid in mine. That is, what do I call it? That is actually water with a little bit of glycerin in it, because I find that mine are going off. I would not, honestly, cannot recommend to anyone to buy this stuff. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're just going to, now it's going to look a bit much. That's okay. We just want to leave it for a little moment. I'll grab this piece of paper towel. And then what you want to do is just literally, okay, I left it a little too long. I can see that I left it too long. I'm just going to try and get up a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so I made that a little thick, but basically the gist is, so we'll take some of the colouring out of this and we'll go with a little bit more water. And we'll try it again. It just takes a little moment to get, but basically you just want drips to look like the moon. Then you're just going to pull the excess off, and this was still a little too thick because it is still a little too much. So what we do is we try again, and what I should do is I have my bottle with glycerin and water in it. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit more of this. I've actually marked it so I don't drink it because this isn't food grade glycerin. But this is basically, mine kept going mouldy, and I've had to throw out almost half of some of them because of them going mouldy, and I was just over it, to be honest. So we're just going to make and see if this will work a little better. Basically, you're just wanting something that emulates a moon. So we're just going to push really hard. That's a lot better. See how that has come off a lot more? You kind of just want the sort of moon shadows, and these just become your moons, and it's so simple. It's one of those things that I sort of look at and I'm like, why didn't I think of that sooner? Okay, this is gonna be a little too subtle. So that's what I said, like there's a combination of too subtle and probably not quite enough. So like if I pull this off, this gives you a really subtle moon from space kind of look, although it could have done with just a little more. So we've got one more to experiment on, so let's hope we get the ratio right this time. And we leave it for a minute, put the lid back on this. As I said, I wouldn't recommend buying Inca Golds just because I've had such issues with mine. I don't think they're worth the money, to be honest. I honestly would like to try the Finnabair ones from Prima. Okay, and that is more what we were looking for, although it is a bit splotchy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take one. I kind of like some of these ones that went a bit darker, and what we're going to do is we're going to grab some glue and we're just going to turn them into ghost moons. It's that, like, these are the ghosts we fussy cut. So here is a wee ghost moon. See, now if I do these two on here, it covers up a lot of the little mistakes. And look, we have little ghosties looking like they're holding hands, which is super freaking adorable, right? I'm just using craft glue because it dries pretty quick, and because it's cheap here. Okay, and there we go. There's a little best friend ghost moon. It just takes time. Experiment, play, find what works for you. See, I don't mind these darker little spots, but these are just like the little ghost moons that I've been creating for embellishments. I hope you enjoyed this short tutorial. Remember, comment, like, and subscribe. Will you be trying to make your own ghost moons? And I will talk to you soon, my angels and devils. As always, you are amazing, you are important, but most importantly of all, you truly do matter. Bye!